Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. I'm Dr. Spinach. For those who don't know me, I am an international medical graduate who completed all her Plab exams and now in a journey to deliver some value to people who need help in Plab exams as well as in FMGE exams, which is a licensing exam in India. Now, today's video is actually about whether you need to memorize stuff in Plab too. Well, this video is in context with the last video I made that is about the time management in Plab 2. You can find it on the top right corner of my screen here. So if you haven't watched it, you can go and watch it back again. Now, I need to clarify a few things in this video. I mentioned in my previous video that you need to memorize things. By memorizing, I meant logical memorization, that is logical understanding of a subject or a topic, not ratification. Ratification is a Hindi word of memorizing without understanding anything. So I'm going to use another term here that is known as mind charts. These mind charts represent the chain of thoughts. Now, these chain of thoughts are formed by constantly reading conditions that are asked in Plab 2. But these chain of thoughts are prepared logically and not by remembering things. I hope I make sense. Let me recap what I said. You are going to prepare mind charts which are going to represent your chain of thoughts. And these chain of thoughts have to be consolidated by reading the conditions that are asked in Plab constantly. But the reading should be done logically. You have to understand that there are two ways our mind tend to remember things. Since I'm also a psychology graduate, I am in a better position to tell you something that I understand about mind. The first way that our mind remember things is by the memory pathway. You have memorized stuff by reading it again and again and again and again, and now this comes as a reflex action to your brain and you know what's the next question to ask. The second way is the logical pathway, where you have understood something and came to a logical conclusion that this is the next question that is to be asked. So our brain tends to remember things in both ways. But in Plab 2, what you have to do is to find a sweet spot between the two. You learned something but logically understood it, whether to be used in a situation or not. Let's take an example. You are doing a consultation and you started with asking initial questions about signs and symptoms. Let's say you asked Socrates and Oedipus. Okay, now there is a diagnosis that is on your mind now. You came to a diagnosis. You said, okay, it could be this. Now, if you were thinking logically, you would ask differentials that can cause the death of the patient or are life-threatening. But if you memorize stuff, you will ask unnecessary differentials which will take you nowhere and waste your time. So in Plab 2, you have to save time, not show examiner that you know so much. You got my point there? They just want to know if you're a safe doctor who understands what are the important questions that are not to be missed in a diagnosis. So that is all, guys. I hope I make sense now. So let's just recap all of it in one line. You have to create a mind map that will actually represent your chain of thought, and you have to ask logical questions. So that is all about today's video. Need personal guidance or feedback on your performance? You can book a session with me. You have any further questions? Then you can contact me on my Instagram. The ID must be on my screen. Don't have Instagram? Don't worry, we have a Gmail to back you up. So just email me on my Gmail ID and I will try to respond you back. Apart from that, if you have any further questions, you can also post it on the comment sections below provided by YouTube. And well, like, subscribe and share it with your friends and colleagues. And that is all for today. Signing off, Dr. Spinach.